everybody. This is a pot of beans. These are your brown pinto beans. They are just starting, and I am, excuse my hand. This is a video that I am going to be making for my budget-friendly meals. And I just wanted to get started a very quick video because I wanted to just go over a few things, because this isn't going to be a very long, this is going to be a very quick. But some things that I know people, they can make this very long and drawn out. I've seen some videos on how to make a pot. This is going to be in my crock pot. This is kind of a cold day, and I soak my beans overnight. And the reason that I do that is because they cook faster, number one. I was raised on beans. Here in Texas, it's kind of, we love brown beans, number one. But number two, I'm trying to get that light. Number two, my mother raised me. She said, you always want to get the little dirt. Most women that do cook beans and that soak their beans, you have some people that say you don't need to soak your beans, and then you have some people that say, oh, definitely soak your beans. Well, number one, my mother always taught me when I was learning to cook as a young girl, to clean your beans and then you soak them. You had some people in the family that would say soak them overnight. Number one, the reason that you soak them overnight, because they'll cook a lot at an even temperature. It won't take them long. You slow cook your beans. And then there's another added benefit, is it doesn't give you a lot of gas when you soak your beans. And then you have people that say that doesn't matter one way or the other. But there is a lot of nutritional facts about soaking your beans. And people that don't soak your beans, because it's a dry bean, and when you soak your bean, you're bringing it back to life. Is what I've always been taught. When you have a dry bean or a dry pea or dry good of any kind, you need to bring it back to life, and that's with water. And you can soak it for just a couple of hours, and you'll see it plump back up, you know. And when you pick this off in the garden, it's got, you know, it's full of nutrients. But when you bring it back, you're going to use a good water. And I have another aunt. Hey y'all, it's Rexanna with Garden of Herbs, and this is going to be a video on my the series that I have for budget-friendly meals. Basically, this is going to be like, I don't know if you've ever seen a video on the nutritional benefits of pinto beans, but I kind of thought, you know, I'm one of those people that occasionally in the winter, I never really do pinto beans in the summer. I think it's a winter thing. But anyway, I thought that's really a budget-friendly thing, but I just didn't want to just do a regular video on pinto beans, you know. I wanted to do more like, because I'm more of a keto person, and but I do want to do something more budget-friendly. And a lot of people, we do from time to time. I don't eat those very often, but it is very cost budget friendly. But I wanted to just do more in detail, and I did shoot me, you know, putting them in the crock pot, and I hope to be able to edit this a little bit and put, you know, like I soak my beans overnight, and I hope to get some of that in this video. But at the same time, I wanted to kind of just do some, like, what are the nutritional information behind it, because I think there's a misconception. People just don't eat beans because they're like probably not very good for you, and a lot of other things that go behind. But they're really good nutritionally wise. They're loaded with nutrients. And if you eat just a cup of beans, which a cup of beans, they will fill you up. But they have a lot of potassium. They're not like really high on the chart potassium, but they have iron, they have vitamin B, they have magnesium, phosphorus, and those are kind of high. They have an excellent source of fiber. They're very good for your digestive health. They help level off your blood sugar. They don't like cause, it's really good for both men and women. You know, some foods are better for women and some foods are better for men. These are equally. And for the fiber intake alone is really good, because some fiber is really necessary in our diet, and this is a 40 to 60% really good on fiber. You know, you could just sit there and eat a whole bowl of beans and get really too much. But if you limit your amount to about a cup, and a cup is quite a bit, it's really rich to promote heart and health, and it's really good for weight loss. As far as if you just do about a cup, you could even do, maybe if you just go over, not really measuring that much, like about a cup and a half, and it wouldn't really hurt you that much. And when you talk about gut health, and when you're talking about how good it is for your blood sugar, and just keeping it on the low end that way, about a cup to a cup and a half, it's really good for cell damage, free radicals, and it's good for your antioxidant health. When you talk about these kinds of things, and you know, they did a study on pinto beans, and they said that how high they were on antioxidants. Anytime you do studies on particular foods like this, they said, and it regenerates cell growth, and they talked about, you know, how people have been eating them for years, and you know, when they do these clinical studies like that, they said, you know, this actually helps people fight cancer cells. And so I really kind of thought to myself, you know, that's why I kind of wanted to, it reduces the inflammation in your gut. And they said that people who have been eating these for a long time, you know, and people here in Texas eat red beans all the time. And I kind of thought, you know, because of the magnesium, the thiamine, which is really B1, and all the misconception behind it, you know, people saying, you know, we don't want to eat red beans because, you know, you got to go keto, you got to stay away from red beans, you're not allowed to eat red beans. And I thought, no, I really want to do this video because of the fact it is a budget-friendly meal. It really should not get that bad rap because of the fiber content, very low in fat, but it does have some fat content. I think it has 1 gram of fat. The sodium is a little bit high, but that's a lot of sodium that you're putting into it. This is the good stuff. And the iron, the magnesium, the phosphorus, and the potassium. Like I said, we need potassium. So many people don't get enough potassium. So in summary, I think with all the vitamins and the protein, the fiber, the minerals, we need this kind of food. I mean, it's vegan friendly. It's one that meat eaters will eat, vegetarians will eat, and vegans will eat. And it's so loaded You know what I'm saying? This is one that everybody will run to. And I mean, you can put, you can just leave it as it is. I like beans with just a little bit of butter and a little bit of salt and pepper. And you can make it into anything that you want. You can make it more vegan friendly, you can make it vegetarian friendly, and you can make it for meat lovers. I always make just a pot of beans. I eat it that way for 2 days, and then I turn it into a chili. So I make a big pot, and then I always turn it into something else. And that way you can have something for several days. I mean, you can have it for 3 or 4 days, and it doesn't go bad on you. And it's very fulfilling, it's very sustaining, and you know, you don't end up cooking for 3 or 4 days, and I love it, and it doesn't go bad on you. So that's my take on budget-friendly meals. And when you talk about budget, you're talking about 3 days worth of food, and you just add to the meal. You're not cooking over and over and over. So when you take the cost of beans and you're just adding something to the meal, like we have usually cornbread, and you can make that vegan friendly, and you can make that vegetarian friendly. Of course, I use eggs and I use butter. So whatever way that you can turn that into a vegetarian or vegan friendly. But I am not the type of person that I'm vegetarian or vegan. I used to be vegetarian, but I always use eggs. I love the protein that I get from my eggs. But you can turn that in to vegan, or you can turn that into vegetarian, and that is just full of nutrition right there in itself. And then we always try to turn it in and make something else out of it. We could put chow chow with it. We put fresh vegetables with it, other fresh greens. You can make a salad and add to it. There's just tons of ideas there for you to be creative. And I try to stay away from cheese in the summer, in the winter. I do very little cheese. But anyway, you can get creative and turn this around and just supercharge it. But that's just my take on a budget-friendly meal. I'll try to add more to this video when I go to edit it. And please leave me a comment. Please tell me how you like to eat your pinto beans, and just share this video. I really do enjoy making these videos, especially this time of year. You know, you can add your herbal tea. You can drink your herbal tea this time of year. You know, I love pumpkin spice. Any type of spice, herbal tea, you can throw in there and spice up your pinto beans. So just leave me a comment. Let me know how you're enjoying these videos. And please subscribe. Hit the little bell down there and let me know how you're enjoying these videos. And I'll just see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching these videos. And I'll just see you in the next video. Bye for now. This is Rexanna with Garden of Herbs.